In One Piece chapter 1057, we get some surprising news that I don't think a single person saw coming. And that ended up being Yamato is staying in Wano instead of joining the Straw Hats on their adventure. And this came out of nowhere because originally she was supposed to join the Straw Hats and join Luffy. She even said it out of her mouth that she wanted to join the Straw Hats because she wanted to go out to sea and explore. And now that she doesn't want to do that anymore, people are taken aback by it. Some people think that this is a great idea. Some people think that it's a bad idea. But at the end of the day, I think that this is a great idea. Okay, so first let's look at it on like a defense level for Wano, right? Besides having the Straw Hat flag and the Straw Hats being there, and we'll take out Yamato for this hypothetical, right? Say she decided to join the crew. Who is protecting Wano? Because Green Bull only left because of the fact that Shanks pulled up to Wano. If Shanks never even attempted to pull up to Wano, we all know that Luffy would have stepped in that moment because he was watching, waiting to see what Momo would do, right? But Green Bull was running through the scabbards like flies. Like he was, it was bad. They were only surprised to see Momo burn him, but that really didn't do anything to impact it either. And Yamato stayed out of the fight. So with Yamato now as one of the protectors of Wano, I would say that it's a great decision because as you can see, yeah, she's not on the same level as Kaido or Luffy, but she was hanging in there with Kaido for a pretty good time, like a pretty decent time. She was hanging there with Kaido, who is probably a top 3 strongest person in the entire story. You can make the debate, right? So from the standpoint of just protection, Yamato is a great fit to stay in Wano and not adventure with the Straw Hats. Also, her character development could develop while in Wano. While she still thinks she's Odin for some odd reason, I don't know. She'll find out that once she's free, she can do whatever she wants, and then eventually she will be able to realize that she is not Odin and she can figure out what she wants to do with herself. Because if you look at the Straw Hat crew, everybody has some type of dream or wish that they want to happen in their life. Yamato just doesn't have that. She just wants to be Odin. To this day, I don't know what that means. Like, I obviously I get what she means by it, but like, what do you want to be like Odin with? Like, do you want to be powerful and protect Wano? Do you want to go out to sea and enjoy yourself? There's so many things that she just doesn't want. She just says, I'm gonna be Odin. Well, that's not like even a dream even. It's just trying to impersonate somebody that you're not. So I feel like in Wano, she will finally find herself and what she wants out of life by being free and not being held up by the shackles of Kaido. Also, it took me a while to notice it, but it finally hit me once she said she didn't want to go with the crew. She's sort of like the VV Rebecca character in this arc, right? She is technically royalty because she's the daughter of the leader of Wano as of that point, which was Kaido, right? And obviously the other two were the daughters of the leader of their countries. So we should have seen this coming. Like it took me a while because I'm guessing because she was different from the other two, but her staying in Wano makes total sense when you really think about it. And on top of that, the final reason why I think Yamato joining the crew would have been a bad idea is because if she would have joined the Straw Hats, it would have completely thrown off all balance in the Straw Hat crew. Because in the Straw Hats, everybody has a specific role for, like, for instance, Nami's the navigator, Sanji's the cook, right? Frankie's the shipwright. Like, there's so many jobs or things that the Straw Hats do that make them who they are, right? Where, if you put Yamato on that crew, where does she lie, right? Because first off, from a crew standpoint, what does she really bring besides the Usopp treatment? She's just there for like morale and all that. Like, she doesn't really have I won't say she doesn't have a purpose, but she doesn't have a specific role on the crew. And if you go by power standpoint, she would be number 2 on the crew because she knows how to control her Conqueror's Haki coding, whereas Zoro, he does to an extent, but he still doesn't know how to control Enma to a degree where he can just go all out and do what he needs to do. So from a power standpoint and from a crew standpoint, it would have made 0 sense for Yamato to have joined the crew. It would have made no sense at all. There's no job for her to do. There's no power, like the power scaling would have been completely thrown off. I mean, you could make the argument if they would have made commanders or something like on the Straw Hat crew, which I highly doubt because they're just not like that. then okay, then you could make the exception. But there would have been no point where she would have even been helpful besides power on that crew. And I see where people are coming from the other side of the argument, because she has grown close to Luffy and the other Straw Hats, and also she has blatantly said out of her mouth that she was going to go to sea and she was joining the crew. So it was just kind of odd to me. It was a shock, yes, but it was more so like a why type of moment when she just spontaneously said, I'm staying, because the entire time she said she was always wanted to be free and go out like Odin did. Well, I mean, I get it where she's coming from, because she does say that there's so much out there that she doesn't understand and she's trying to find out Wano because she's been locked up for so long. But at the same time, it's like, come on now. But hey, thank you guys for staying around. I appreciate it. I didn't want to do a review on chapter 1057 for the simple fact that I promise you, I don't think I could have made a full review on it. I just can't do it. It was just too much stuff going on and stuff that I just didn't want to talk about. So if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate it. If you could leave a like and subscribe on it, I'll greatly appreciate it. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.